What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon 466 Cards. Today we're going to talk about why the unlicensed Topps products have a chance to succeed in a way that others like Leaf and Wildcard and some of those type of names have not. And I have no idea if they will succeed and if they will catch on, but the Fanatics ones with the Topps brand have a chance to do better than the other ones that I just mentioned. And I'm going to explain why. I'm not here to give you a crystal ball and say this will or will not happen. I just think they have a better chance of succeeding. And the first reason is photography matters in sports cards. And by and large, I find Topps and Topps Chrome photography to be much better than Panini's. And if you look at what was posted on the Topps Instagram page, you can see this very beautiful looking card. Obviously, there's no logo on the card. There's no Spurs references, any of that kind of stuff. But if you compare this Topps card to the Panini Prism card, there's no question that, to me anyways, that this card looks way better than this curtain call card or whatever you want to call this, right? This looks very, very amateurish. This mock-up looks amazing. And I think a general theme of Topps Chrome and Topps products in general is that they have better photography. So that's the first thing. The second one is that brand names matter. Everybody knows Topps Chrome. And legacy matters, right? And continuity matters. So the fact that we might not have basketball and football team names on the products and team logos on the product, it's unfortunate. But there's the continuity of cards like this LeBron rookie card and this Tom Brady Topps Chrome card from 2002. And this isn't just something that has no history. It has a history from 20 years ago, and we're just continuing that legacy and that history by bringing it back. And so that matters, and that's why card companies like Wildcard and Leaf and those other brand names, they don't have this legacy and this history, and that's what's holding them back, whereas there is a known history with Topps. So that's another reason why. The third one, or the fourth one, I forget what number I'm on now, is I think there are people out there, myself included, that I've just had enough of Panini. Like, I'm ready to move on to the Topps era. Just as an example of Panini and their nonsense and why many people have tired of them, here is a list of all the parallels in 2023-24 Panini Prism. Look at that list. It's preposterous, right? And then you throw on top of this the problem with redemptions at Panini and a whole bunch of other issues. There are people, and I don't think it's a small group, that's had enough Panini. I'm not saying the Topps and Fanatics are perfect. They are not. But to me, Panini is the lesser of two evils. Like, at least Topps has shown a proclivity and a tendency to want to try new things, whereas Panini, they just were happy to continue doing the same old, and you know, their only innovation, and I put that in air quotes here, is print more products and print more parallels, more like is a more accurate description. And you know, they did that with Prism. I've made a video, and I'll link to it in the description below, about how they killed Select with 1,000 serial numbered cards and parallels and all that kind of stuff. So I think there are people willing to move on and ready to move on from the Panini era. And that also segues into the next reason and the final reason. And I think the most important reason. It's not like this unlicensed era is going to be forever for Topps and Fanatics, right? You can see here, this is an article from Sports Collectors Daily, I believe, or Sports Collectors Digest. I forget, whatever they're called. But they're a year away from taking over the NBA license and 2 years away from owning the NFL rights. And so it's just a 1 to 2 year period where this is happening. It's not like this is going to go on forever and ever and ever. There is a very defined end date for this unlicensed era for Topps and Fanatics. And that matters. And Related to that also is the idea of intent, because we all know that if the NFL PA, the NBA, and the NBA PA had their wishes met, they'd be working with Fanatics and Topps now. But because of this contract, that's the only reason holding them back. But their intent and their desire is to actually work with Topps and Fanatics. And I think that's important, because when you are buying cards of the leagues and of the players, and you know deep down inside that them as a group don't actually want this product printed and they want this other company to take over, and you are buying the cards of those players, then if you want to support the players, you want to go with the product that the players support. And the players support, obviously, the Topps and Fanatics products. They no longer want to be associated with the Panini product, but because of this legacy contract, they don't really have a choice for the next year or two, depending on whether it's NBA or NFL. And I think that's going to matter. And I don't see a lot of people or hear a lot of people talking about that intent purpose, that who do we actually want to continue going forward with. And I think that's a really important part that's overlooked because it's subtle. But what the players want and what the leagues want is to work with Topps and Fanatics, and they've shown that with their actions. And I think that might be the last reason why the Topps and Fanatics era with unlicensed product might be more successful, as it segues into a licensed Topps and Fanatics era, right? So it's just going to be this 1 or 2 year period where things will look a little bit funny, where we're giving you the look over the side shoulder, just to hide the fact that we can't show you the Spurs logo like we did on the 1B card. This is just a temporary phenomenon as we segue fully into a thing that everybody is happy with the leagues and the PAs and Topps and Fanatics. So that's why I think Topps and Fanatics have a chance in the unlicensed era. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below as to whether or not you think I'm onto something or not. Again, whether or not this is actually happens or unfolds this way, I don't know. I'm just saying they have a better shot at succeeding, unlike Leaf and Wildcard and those type of brands. Sometimes we preview the next video on this channel, and next time I'm going to debrief the Toronto Sports Card Expo that I went to. Had some interesting experiences, some good experiences, chatted with some dealers, so I'll give you all the debrief on that. Thank you as always for listening and watching. I will talk to you all soon. Cheers.